What happened during the Great Blizzard of 1888? The Great Blizzard of 1888, or the Great White Hurricane, it happened on March 11 to 14, 1888. It was one of the most severe recorded blizzards in American history. The storm paralyzed the East Coast from the Chesapeake Bay to Maine, as well as the Atlantic provinces of Canada. Snow fell from 10 to 58 inches in parts of New Jersey, New York, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and Connecticut, and sustained winds of more than 45 miles per hour produced snowdrifts in excess of 50 feet. Railroads were shut down, and people were confined to their homes for up to a week. Railway and telegraph lines were disabled, and this provided the impetus to move these pieces of infrastructure underground. Emergency services were also affected. The weather was unseasonably mild just before the blizzard, with heavy rains that turned to snow as temperatures dropped rapidly. The storm began in earnest shortly after midnight on March 12 and continued unabated for a full day and a half. Drifts averaged 30 to 40 feet over the tops of houses from New York to New England, with reports of drifts covering 3-story houses. The highest drift was recorded in Gravesend, Brooklyn, at 52 feet or 16 meters. 58 inches of snow fell in Saratoga Springs, New York, 48 inches in Albany, New York, 45 inches in New Haven, Connecticut, and 22 inches in New York City. The storm also produced severe winds. 80 miles per hour wind gusts were reported, although the highest official report in New York City was 40 miles per hour, with a 54 miles per hour gust reported at Block Island. New York's Central Park Observatory reported a minimum temperature of 6 degrees Fahrenheit and a daytime average of 9 degrees Fahrenheit on March 13th, the coldest ever for March. In New York, neither rail nor road transport was possible anywhere for days, and drifts across the New York, New Haven rail line at Westport, Connecticut took 8 days to clear. Transportation gridlock as a result of the storm was partially responsible for the creation of the first underground subway system in the United States, which opened 9 years later in Boston. The New York Stock Exchange was closed for 2 days. Similarly, telegraph infrastructure was disabled, isolating Montreal and most of the large northeastern U.S. cities from Washington, D.C. to Boston for days. Following the storm, New York began placing its telegraph and telephone infrastructure underground to prevent their destruction. Fire stations were immobilized, and property loss from the fire alone was estimated at $25 million. The blizzard resulted in the grounding of the Christian Bird and Wildlife Sanctuary located near Delanston, New York. From Chesapeake Bay through the New England area, more than 200 ships were either grounded or wrecked, resulting in the deaths of at least 100 seamen. More than 400 people died from the storm and the ensuing cold, including 200 in New York City alone. Efforts were made to push the snow into the Atlantic Ocean. Severe flooding occurred after the storm due to melting snow, especially in the Brooklyn area, which was susceptible to flooding because of its topography. Not all areas were notably affected by the blizzard of 1888. An article in the Cambridge Press published 5 days after the storm noted that the fall of snow in its vicinity was comparatively small, and had it not been accompanied by a strong wind, it would have been regarded as rather trifling in amount, the total depth and a level not exceeding 10 inches.